Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 1,200 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Home and now. Yes. Yes, I had to lead with that today. Jessie will never admit this to you guys, but she was singing Creed all morning in the house on the way to work. Did you play the song in your car? Yes or no?
No, I don't. That's the thing is I don't ever listen to it like them do it. I only listen to other people do it, get it stuck in my head. I never actually put them on. You know what I mean?
Come on.
But somehow I'm hearing it.
Man.
Everywhere.
Well, I know why. They just finished their tour on a cruise. They did a cruise tour. Summer of '99 cruise tour. Only a couple cruises.
That's where all the big ones end their tours.
Yeah.
No.
On a cruise.
You're right, Bob. That's where all the big ones end their careers. However, they just flipped the narrative. That is where they're rebirthing their careers.
Oh.
Because now they're going on a fucking global tour that they had to add 25 new cities to. I'm not kidding, by the way. Austin's one of them. So, yes, we're going to the 9/11 Dallas show, obviously, never forget. But Austin got added to the mix. Don't think we're not going to Moody Center for that as well.
Yeah.
So that one got added in November, I believe. I want to say November 15th or something like that.
Okay.
So they've had to add dates. Now, Stapp, as he's affectionately known around our house, Scott Stapp. Stapp got real emotional on the microphone last night. I don't know if you have that video on the cruise. Somebody posted it late last night or this morning, but just thanking everybody on the cruise, everybody in life, all of it. It's not that one.
He should be emotional. I mean, this is the craziest comeback out of nowhere.
Right?
Has there been a
crazier one?
Well, no, without someone trying, right? What was that?
Blink 182, maybe?
No, but they've been trying to.
They never
you know what I
went
mean?
away.
They never went away.
And they were never a meme type of situation.
Creed came back
Right.
simply because of the Texas Rangers.
Yeah,
Right.
well, us, but then
he
the Rangers.
was at his house not doing shit and found out online day by day
Yeah,
that this fucking thing could happen again. How amazing is that?
I know.
Maybe some songs in Stranger Things. Remember when they revived somebody?
Yeah, Kate Bush.
Yeah.
And then she ended up getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame after that.
Yeah. It's not like she's going back on tour and people are genuinely being we love all of her songs, but Creed was never cool to me, right?
Yeah.
It was always are they a Christian band? We're not really sure. They're cheese, whatever, but you will sing every song. They're still not, but they're they should be studied as far as things going viral and why things are, end up being popular with a certain crowd. Forget the Taylor Swift class.
Sure.
Do the how Creed in the beginning, in the middle, and now in the rebirth.
Yeah, go to Scott Stapp's Instagram real quick. And with them, here's my honest take on it, looking back at all this shit, right, over the years. The music is good. It is catchy. We're all singing it.
For sure.
We were all singing it before.
For sure.
And are you on Scott Stapp's or Creed's?
Was it kind of Were we ever singing it seriously, even back in the day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
To the point where, and I'll go back to the new guy on this one. That line in there of the surprise band that was playing at the high school that I announced was Creed in the fucking movie.
But it was supposed to be kind of a joke.
No. So
Even
I
then.
asked the head of the studio, because I think in the original script, it was Wilco. And then they changed it to Creed. And I go, hey, dude, because I was friends with him. And at this point, after 3 months of shooting, because it was one of the very last scenes we shot in that. And I said, I got a new script today and it says Creed. And I go, are you sure that seems cool to announce a Christian rock band? And he was like, Creed's going to be fucking awesome. I made, who was it? Ben Affleck, a movie star in Pearl Harbor, because he'd done Pearl Harbor before.
Right.
The new guy. And the producer did. And the head of the studio. And he goes, I know what I'm talking about. Creed's going to be a big band in 20 years. Now, I just happened to see this guy 20 years later, and I told him that we had a good, hearty chuckle over it, but nobody could have predicted the last 20 years and what they were. I think the songs were great at the time. I think he was correct, the guy from the studio, but we could never have predicted what happened now. And for him to do this was amazing. Scroll down his Instagram there. What do we got? Did he post it from the...
Maybe it's in his stories. I'll
From
check.
the cruise. From the cruise.
At least isn't stat.
No, it was like a picture and then like I swiped to it. I remember that.
Okay.
It was one of those 3Z type things.
Okay.
And he gave a nice heartfelt speech on stage there. It was lovely. But he was in tears.
Right.
He was like, I can't
As
believe
he
this happened.
should be.
And this is unbelievable and great. He got real close to God again in this.
Okay.
Where you were waiting for
It's the
big
only
moment.
explanation. It's the only explanation. Sometimes God is in the absence of all other explanations. The only thing you can,
Yeah. Let's see.
How do you explain this?
Let's see here. God, I'd love to play this speech if we could fucking find it. But,
Where'd you see it?
I saw
Just scrolling
him
through?
doing it. Yeah, it was on like 3 Instagrams.
It's for sure on the stage.
Can you put
Positive.
like
He's on the cruise.
speech?
He's on the cruise.
Scott
Because
Stapp's
at this point I've hyped it up so much.
Cruise speech?
I looked for that already. I did
Okay.
not see anything.
Are you sure you didn't dream it?
No, I definitely
yeah.
didn't. Well, look, I've dreamed this for a
Listen.
long time.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't decipher now between your dreams of Scott Stapp and the truth.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true here.
That's true.
But it was pretty cool to see. He was genuinely touched by it.
Of
And now
course.
they're going on this massive world tour, and good for them. So sometimes the internet does nice things for people.
Look at this animal.
Yes.
Look at him. He looks
You know
great.
what I mean? He was
So this
ready
is-
for the moment.
Look at it. This is recent. Look at how great he looks.
That's what I mean, where it's like he was in a basement getting ready for this moment. Now, had this happened to anyone else that was just like, oh man, I have to lose fucking 200 pounds. I have to fucking quit drinking. I have to get the old vocal cords. He was ready to burst out
Now,
back onto the scene.
To that point, the other one that popped up late last night for me was Vince Neil, lead singer of Motley Crue. I was unaware that they were still touring, and if you can find that on Twitter, it's rough. It's rough.
When was it not rough?
I don't know
It's
because
been a
I
long time.
haven't seen a Motley Crue show live in probably 30 years.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
I was 3 or 4 years old.
It's been a long
Yeah.
time since Vince Neil was.
There we go. That's it. There we go. Yeah, you can
Vince
pop up that
Neil.
pic. Yep.
This is the difference between Scott Stapp and Vince Neil is this is what a body looks like when you did rock star shit.
Yes, exactly right. Well, Scott Stapp has stories of
partied.
being.
He was in a fucking cracked out in a van for years. So like
Really?
that
Yeah.
was the fall off for him.
But I think that was
Okay,
like
all
he
right.
had
towards
a bad
the
drug
end.
addiction. Yeah.
But before his resurgence, he got clean and
Yes.
got ready.
Yep.
But
I think when he gets sober, maybe 10 years ago or something like that.
yeah, but it was dark, dude.
He was living in a fucking car. Like it was bad.
I don't think while they were touring he was.
It was during the aftermath of when Creed went away. Is when he started fucking boozing and got divorced and all that other stuff.
They were a joke for a little while. They were in that Nickleback.
100%.
Dude, that's exactly what I'm saying, and that's exactly the category that is imprinted on me, where I was like, I felt like we always made fun of Creed.
All right, look at it this way. You know, there's like a pool. There's like a hat of names you can draw out if you're writing a joke about someone who likes a shitty band. Right.
Sure.
And it's like Creed, Nickelback, Hoobastank. You know what I mean? We're just pulling names.
Modest Yahoo.
Hoobastank. Panic at the Disco. You don't need
I like
whatever.
Panic at the Disco.
I know. That's Bob's band.
But I think here's the difference with like a Creed and a Nickelback. I just genuinely didn't. I've never liked Nickelback, so.
If we played Photograph right now, though, like you would.
I would immediately start laughing.
No, you would be like,
I would start laughing.
The soundtrack to Spider-Man, Hero.
I mean.
Come on.
A hero is it. No, I never got to. No, I never got off to that.
So many Nickelback songs.
I know.
You really do.
I know them. I know all of them. I'm not saying that. I just never liked them. So there is artists out there that have played a million times that you're not a fan of necessarily, but you know all their songs, you know all the thing because they were playing on repeat. And back in the day, you couldn't stop it. Whereas now on iTunes and streaming, you've got your own playlist, your essentials, your shits. Like it's not like the radio days where you're just going to listen to whatever's on for 2 hours.
Have we done this yet? Because on Thursday, we're going to have to just like play.
Oh, you want to do a Nickelback Thursday? I'll do a Nickelback Thursday with you.
Not like an entire thing.
I think the audience would love a Nickelback Thursday.
Our audience? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No offense, none taken. So I think maybe you're going to be rocking out to more of the songs than you think. And especially, with some time behind it.
It's laughter for me. Where Creed, I'll just genuinely sing throughout the day. Hire's on a fucking playlist right now at the gym, and it's awesome. And but whereas Nickelback, it elicits laughter, not, oh shit, I like this.
Yeah, but they were memed into you liking them again, I think.
Who?
It's Creed. So Creed just became a meme. It was funny at first, and then people were like, oh.
Actually.
To go back, I don't know, 4 or 5 years on this show, like we used to talk about Creed all the time. Whether or not it's because of the movie or not, who knows? But then I think the listeners eventually started sending me shit all the time, and I was like, yeah, this is great. Like, what's the story here? Whereas Nickelback, it's still, if I hear, look at this photograph, I immediately start laughing. And then I kind of check out of the rest of the song.
Okay, I mean,
I'd
love to do for Nickelback
on Patreon?
what we've done for Creed.
We'll do a Nickelback Thursday on Patreon.
Friend of the show, Asking Alexandria lead singer Danny Warsnop straight up legit said he thought Chad Kroeger and Nickelback were the best songwriters going today.
He did.
Devoid of irony.
He did.
I mean, he was completely serious.
All right, so let's take Photograph. You take that song and you give it to someone else. If you give it to Chris Stapleton, and you don't know, let's say you've never, Nickelback never existed. Remember that movie about the Beatles and they never existed, and then the Indian kid just plays all the Beatles music and everybody's like, oh my God, yes.
It was a great movie and you hated it.
What's that?
You didn't like it, I don't think? I loved it.
I didn't. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, okay. I liked it.
Okay.
I didn't have an issue with it.
Okay.
I think the ending, like I wish it would have had a better thing, but the concept and everything else, it was great. Mm-hmm. I just wish he would have stayed with the girl and, done all the things, but whatever. Yeah. And then just not lied about it. Just why just live the lie forever?
Oh, okay.
Like live it. Just say you did it. Him saying, no, I didn't do this and everything. Like, fuck that. I would have just lived it. But with this, if you didn't know Nickelback at all, they never existed, same way as that Beatles movie. And Chad Kroeger himself wrote a song for Chris Stapleton that was Photograph. Mm-hmm. That would be an all-time worldwide banger for the end of time. It would probably be
an all-time worldwide banger if you think about it.
But it makes me laugh as a joke, though. Like,
who doesn't know it?
I know it's not who doesn't know it, but as a joke.
Okay.
Whereas take Psy. whoop, I'm gonna style.
Brilliant.
He did it on purpose.
Brilliant.
And leaned all the way into it, did all the things, did the music video to support the joke and everything else. That's the difference. And I don't know if I'm taking heat in the chat here. I'll try to pull this up. But I think if you gave that song, going back to what Danny said from Asking Alexandria, I think whoever records that song.
No, he's saying as a singer, not just that song. He's saying as a singer.
He said songwriter, but did he say
Did he say singer or songwriter?
You know,
Voice?
he didn't go. I didn't go that deep, but I imagine if you asked him, like, could someone else do it better performance-wise, he'd probably be like, "No, mate."
No,
Yeah,
I'll
Say a song.
I'll
He would
call.
say,
I'll
"Hand me
call.
that tequila."
I'd say
No,
what
mate.
we'll call Danny on Thursday for the Nickleback Thursday show.
Yeah.
And I'll get him on air and
There
I'll
we
ask
go.
him
There we go.
if he just gave the song
by
to
the
Chris
way-
Stapleton.
Yeah, and you're going to change your mind.
Ross is more of a
No.
Power Man 5000 kind of guy.
Which one's that? Sing me a couple bars. What's that?
What's Power Man 5000?
Is it a band or a song? I know it.
It's a band.
Okay, what's the song?
Like, what are they known for? What is like their
Yeah.
one song? I gotta pull it up.
Boy, you can't just drop a
Power
reference
Man?
like that. I mean,
thought it was like
an invisible
Worlds
band.
I know
Worlds
I've heard-
Collide. Yeah. This is
Worlds.
like when worlds collide.
Oh, that's no.
I don't know that one.
I don't. You would know if it was playing.
Probably.
Are you ready to go?
Oh.
Man, I'm still
More-
like if this is
no?
name that tune, I need fucking 10 more notes.
10
Jane
more
Krakowski.
notes. Okay.
Yeah, I can name that song in 10 notes. Like
Okay.
I'm starting at the top there.
Name that song.
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, don't know.
You don't
that.
just have things pop in your head and just throw out some deep cuts.
It's got to be popular. Like we're in a conversation of worldwide hits. Power Man 5000. I couldn't
If
even
we
tell
played
you
it,
what
though.
race they are.
Look at the chat. They know.
I couldn't even tell you what race
Oh,
they
The
are.
chat knows.
The chat. It
You
hits
really,
the chat.
yeah, you really struck a chord with the chat, huh?
Power Man 5000. I'm looking down here. Harlan McFarlane is saying it's probably on Jock Jams.
Is it a Jock
If it's on
Jam?
Jock Jams, maybe, but
That
I
makes
don't know.
sense. That makes sense.
Hammer the like button out there if you want a Nickleback
Jock
Thursday.
Jams were playing in the delivery room when Delco was born. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If Jock Jams was a person,
I mean, you were born in May, where the Flyers in the playoffs.
Yeah, if Jock's Jams was a person, it's
what
Delco.
a time to be alive.
I like that. I like that a lot. But yeah, that's kind of the difference for me personally. But who knows? You know, it's like a shit. If you gave Friday by Rebecca Black to Adele, would it be? You know, would it be an all-time classic?
Now you're getting insane.
Give it to O-Rod, actually, because that's kind of like a party banger. You know?
Oh,
I don't
true,
want-
true.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't think Adele's fit for it.
Miley
No.
Cyrus, maybe.
No,
that'd be
like
fun too, Miley
Olivia
Cyrus, yeah.
Rodrigo. Yeah.
Philly was not in the
Are we-
play.
I'm
in the
sorry.
NHL
Are we
playoffs
calling
in
her?
91.
Are we calling her O-Rod?
Yeah, O-Rod.
Oh,
Olivia
not
Rodrigo.
us, but
Is
their
that-
biggest fans. Only the biggest fans call her that.
No, they're called Livies. Yeah.
That's for the girls. The adult men are called. They
Yeah,
call her O-Rod.
the adult men are calling her O-Rod. Yeah.
That doesn't make you seem as creepy. Because when we were there,
It's weirder, I
she
think.
kept thanking all her Livies, and I was like, "Oh, that's a fun one. I like that.
Oh, my
Swifties, Livies. Yeah, like that's a decent one.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
Nooners is ours.
Building cults all over the place.
Love
you
it.
guys
You gotta
laughed.
build a cult these days.
I know, you laughed at Jim Jones.
But
right?
here's the thing: you build a cult, you get so fucking massive that you get all these people behind you to do shit that they normally wouldn't do, and then once it happens, we don't really care about the aftermath of these people. Britney Spears is a perfect example of this. We loved Britney; she was awesome. She was America's sweetheart. Shaved her fucking head, lost her mind, all that other shit. For whatever reason, the internet, the world, and her cult decided that it would be great to give her conservatorship back. Give her own bank accounts back. Take her fucking IED out.
IUD.
What is it?
IUD.
Whatever, man.
Take
pull it
her-
out of her vagina.
Right.
Let her
Take
have
her
more
off her
kids.
meds.
Explosive out. Yes.
Yeah, pull that explosive out of her pussy.
IED.
And let it explode again. Let her have more kids. She was great with the first two, or never saw them for 15 to 18 years, and
No,
then
she did
see
get
what
to
happens.
She did get to see them because of the conservatorship. And if we take her back to her Britney mind back then, she was told, if you want to see your kids, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
And I would love to think of her now as like a heroic person, a noble person that was like, I'll do whatever it takes to see my kids, right? That was the narrative before, and it was working out great.
Okay.
And then some, like you said, some little bored gay boy was like,
Free
we
Britney.
are fair.
Free Britney.
Meet me at the quad. We're freeing Britney.
Yeah, if you're going to free Britney, then pay Britney, because as of last night, it appears as if she's about to go broke. I get it. Here's what I could never figure out over the years, because we follow her Instagram for years, and we have on the show forever. It is always a different beach, a different hotel, a different thing every single day.
Horses, I think she just bought.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is all this crazy expensive shit all the time, but also just assume that Britney had $500 million sitting in a bank account. And how expensive is a vacation every day?
I mean,
you know?
what's more free and more American than blowing your nut?
Well, you got to live your life. She's got
Her
potentially
blowing her nut?
Yeah.
Oh,
Blowing
yeah,
her
yeah,
nut.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I think I said that too, with just like, look, you should be allowed, I guess,
To ruin your life.
ruin your life.
I have no problem with it.
Right.
You don't work hard if you're already rich. As soon as you get rich, you need to go poor again, or you're going to
Yes.
stop. You're gonna
Go
lose
into
that edge.
cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you lose
We
the
need
will
her
to
to
work.
be begging to get back into the conservatorship, right? But yeah, so the tides have turned. Every article now, everything now, whereas before it was like you couldn't even mention. Maybe we shouldn't, right? Remember us?
You and I said it out loud forever.
Right, but you couldn't be anyone mainstream, any Page Six, anything. You
Right.
couldn't even on a bigger, like on more mainstream podcasts, like you couldn't say anything about Britney staying in conservatorship.
Right.
It was like talking about Taylor Swift. They would come for you, you're fucking done, whatever. So the tides have definitely turned.
Wouldn't say we were on the right side of history on this since day one of this bullshit, of this Free Britney movement. We were on the right side of history. She's crazy. Like there's something wrong with her in a mental way, not
Yes.
not anything else besides. I mean, she had a fucking mental break. There's nothing you can do about that except put her in a conservatorship, give her enough money. Put the fucking IUD inside of her. Don't let her procreate anymore.
Don't let her drive around. Yeah.
The kids didn't want to have anything to do with her. They voluntarily went with K-Fed to Hawaii. They all live in Hawaii, and they were good. They don't really have contact with their mom, according to what they said on Instagram, and good for them. You and I have covered her forever at this point with remember the Mexican dude, the worker who was fucking her for a while?
Yeah, gosh, I wish that would have worked out, though.
There's another dude now. She's posting photos with this guy. Now psychiatrists are weighing in, saying she needs this back and medication and no shit.
I've never been more like unafraid and willing to say something that no one else was saying. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was from the beginning like, it will take some time, but this show that we're doing right now, however many years ago, 2021 or whatever, when she got out, I was like, this show right now, it's recorded.
Yep.
I have no problem with this being recorded and being shown later when something really fucking bad happens, or when people start going, oh, whoops.
Yeah, with all this shit, though.
But apparently, if you have a marker and a sign, you know better than everyone.
Well, I mean, look, you're empowered to do whatever you want. You at least feel that way. You don't really care about anybody else's lives that it affects.
No.
Including her, the person you were allegedly trying to free in this situation. That's it. Yeah, pop this pic up right here. She's not a slave for you. Cool, man.
And that was a fun poster for her to make.
It was.
Her and her friends were laughing. Look what mine says.
Yep.
Their only
did it.
goal was to get her out. Their goal was never to actually help her, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal of most protests, right?
So true.
And
Not
who's
to help.
Not to help, just
not
to get it
help,
done.
Just to get it done. Who's the next one? Because there's a bunch of these. Scroll through these. Let Brit be free. There appears to be
Every
transgender
single
and a
one of
unitard.
them
Free Britney, bitch.
seemed to be some kind of psychiatrist or lawyer. that
Not a
kind of
girl.
know.
Not yet a free woman. I like that one a lot.
I like
I
that
do
one a
too.
lot too.
It's weird. It's very clever.
Lock up Lou, jail Jamie,
Yep. Yep. Oh, look at that. That's
Oh, a
fun
little
one.
anonymous.
and Anonymous meets Britney.
Yeah, like that one. What's the next one there?
Just a bunch of.
Oh shit! Somebody even made a step and repeat.
Wow.
That's expensive.
Cool.
That's $750.
Cool.
$750 for that.
They took it to every single court appearance.
Oh, look, there's a kid there. Is he just a
good.
bystander?
Couple children. This mom.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the fat one on the right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he just looked like he stumbled upon.
Yeah, they should have cropped him out. It looks like he was just trying to get through there.
I'm
He's
guessing.
not even a fat child.
That's great.
He's a normal child.
He's got a big
He's a
gulp
little-
in his
He's a
hand.
little chubby.
He wears a husky. He wears size husky.
Look, everybody, it happens.
So did we all, by the way,
yeah,
at
we
a
all
certain
did.
point.
We all did. We were all little husky children at one point.
I'm actually guessing none of these children are reading at the grade level they're supposed to.
No.
Just if I had to guess, a mom who brings their kids to a Britney Spears protest, probably not the best kids in terms of.
This also looks like it was in the afternoon, and the kids should be in school.
had to be a school day. You would think.
Yeah.
As a father, you're going to attack another person's child?
I will attack another person's decision to bring their kids to a fucking.
That's
Britney
the
Spears
only
rally.
reason to have
And give
kids,
'em a big
Delco,
gulp.
is to judge other people about their kids.
Yeah.
It's the only reason we have them.
I
it.
would never do it personally.
You do it enough without kids, bud.
Jesus, man. Jesus. What do we got
So he's
next,
like, you
Bob?
know what you should do.
We have a little sort of science fair presentation.
Oh, okay, the trifold. The trifold
Yeah,
poster
yeah.
board. Okay.
Look at that. God
at
damn,
that.
that's
Those are
so much
expensive.
time spent on that fucking thing.
Tried really hard.
Brittany, we can feel your heart. Now, look, if it was only kids doing it, I would go, oh, it comes from such an innocent place. But they're a grown-ass
This is an adult. The saddest part
I
is
know.
that this is an adult that was like, how do I do anything? I got to think back to when I was in 4th grade.
Exactly.
Like,
How do I make a presentation?
I would have walked, someone should have, a court official should have walked out and be like, who made this?
Yep.
All right, you're in a conservatorship too.
Sorry.
You clearly have the mind of a child.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
under the care of someone else now. Please
What
give
do-
me your fucking bank account.
So now what do we think? How long till she's back in something? And what does that take?
Oh, boy. Look at
What-
this
what?
guy. He's got a little, oops, I did it again.
I respect that. That's like putting a Guy Fieri hat visor on. You know what I mean? With
Oh,
the
okay,
Guy
I do
Fieri
like
hair.
that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I respect it.
Same. It's just the fact that he went out and bought it, made the sign, showed up at the thing. Like, that's so time consuming.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
There was no cons going on. Do you know what I mean? There was no Comic-Con. There was no. So they
Dragon
had.
Con was
Yeah,
all
yeah.
done. Yeah.
So you got to get your con in
Oh, my God.
for the month.
dude. So all these people that we're showing here, and the reason why we're doing it is you should have to give a portion of your salary to Brittany now that she's going to go bankrupt, because that's going to happen at any moment. Now, you and I watched the story last night it was Entertainment Tonight, and they were like, no, she says she's fine and she's still bringing in money, and the book sold 2.5 million copies. I don't know what the audiobook sold. For her in advance, that she got, that was that high, it's not going to do it. She's not going to see any residuals off of that. And they were like, oh, and then she's also going to sell the life rights to the movie. Cool. 2 to 5 million tops in a deal like that usually. Once it's produced, she'll make more money, but that's years away. She needs to pay for shit now, right now.
It's funny that we're like, yeah, I mean, how's she going to live off $5 million for
I
the
know.
next 10 years?
I know.
But
when you're, and here's the thing. I
crazy.
asked, it was a very famous pro athlete who was on Drinkin Bros back in the day who had blown through all of his money. And I said, what did you do once you got down to the end of it? And he goes, man, were you used to having like $50 million? Was the example that he gave. He goes, dude, with $50 million, it's just so much in the bank. You can literally just spend and never, ever look at the accounts. And he says, now, when people got involved and I realized I was doing horrific decisions, business decisions, and giving family members too much money and all that other shit, he goes, once it's down to 5 like that and you're used to living like you have 50, he goes, you feel fucking poor. And he goes, then you're really managing what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And I think this guy was a perfect example because he was in the NFL. You're retired at essentially 32, I think he was at that point, or 33, which is the age that Britney essentially retired from her Vegas residency. What do you do for the next 50 years of your life? Will that 5 million stretch out the next 50 years of your life if you're used to living like you had 50 million in the bank? Britney had $500 million.
But it's all relative, right? Because once you get a certain amount of money, you're in a certain group, you're in a certain neighborhood,
Yeah.
you're in a certain house, you have to have a certain car, you have to go to certain places. people are working for you. So it's all relative. If you want to just put it all in the bank and live in a studio apartment, good for you. But it just doesn't work that way in those worlds.
But it
so
has
it's
to,
all relative.
or you go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So now, not only is she mentally
or you have a money
fucking
manager.
insane,
Yeah.
right? You have a money manager, but not only is she insane, she has all her money. I don't even know if she knows to call a good money manager and be like, hey, I'm in trouble. I'm losing all this money. Can you help me figure this out and give me like a stipend per month? That this is the amount that I get per month. I can't blow through this. Not a prayer, right?
She has, so once the conservatorship was taken off, she has some kind of, I guess, financial conservatorship in a way, but it doesn't have the same restrictions. So she has to ask for it, but they can't say no.
Okay.
So it's basically like at least it's being like put in a bank and not in a box under your bed or something.
Right.
But they can't stop her from doing anything because the conservatorship is gone.
Yeesh.
So it's yes and no.
Man, that's rough.
So
That's
there has
rough
to be
one.
a record of her being like, I want a pony. And they go, all right. You
Yeah.
know?
And take somebody like Josh Peck, who was on the show. And he was very, very honest about everything that happened in his life. He said, look, with doing Drake and Josh back in the day, the good thing was I was only walking home with like $65,000 a year. So like I'm still living in a fucking apartment and everything else. So there wasn't shit to blow. Mm-hmm. So I always had to have this working mentality in my life or else I couldn't survive and live. I don't know how she goes back to just fucking partying on a beach with horses every day to, holy shit, now I got to live underneath this stipend and then maybe, hear me out on this, maybe sign up for another residency where she's lip syncing again? Do they drug her up and put her back on the stage like Elvis?
Well, I think they want to start with the drugs. That's what this psychiatrist is saying. Like, she at least needs to be under some kind of medical conservatorship to take her medication because what she has, classically like a Kanye or whatever, they'll feel good and be like, I don't need it anymore. Mm-hmm. They like don't remember how they are without it. And if no one makes them take it, they will just keep going off of it and not know what's going on with them.
Yeah.
So you start there, and then maybe if she was on the right cocktail, she would maybe want to.
Maybe. Greg LaMontagne in the chat says they probably charge her 10% to manage it. A manager or an agent will charge 10%, but a financial advisor, it's just a flat fee, and it comes out. We have one for all these companies, Media, Hardy F. Seltzer, all that stuff. It's a flat fee that comes out of your accounts, and then they'll go through everything.
But if you're money managing for a crazy person, can you just do whatever you want? Can you take out as much as you want to?
You could. And that was, by the way, that was what she accused her father of doing when he was running the accounts. Now, that went to court, and it just got settled last week. And guess who won? Jamie Spears. It wasn't Britney. So, like, whatever the fuck happened, he won $2 million off of Britney last week. So, whatever she accused him of.
I think it was attorney fees and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he won that money. It was that he didn't have to pay anything for being brought to court a million times over
Right,
this.
because they looked at the numbers and they were like, all right, hey, dude, this is fucked up. And it wasn't like he was asking a settlement from her.
No.
Just said, look, pay these fucking legal fees and stop being crazy. Like, do whatever you want. But it wasn't, like, I'm not stealing from you here.
And they clearly saw everything that was going out to him, which, you know, they tried to make it seem like he was making blah, blah, blah. It was like $16,000 a month. Mm-hmm. But when your full-time job is managing your daughter's craziness and everything and making sure whatever, like, you can't have another job. I'm not saying he was a great person. I have no idea.
And I'm going to say,
but he wasn't taking millions a month. You know what I mean?
For Hollywood, that is a very, very low.
That's nothing. He lived in a trailer.
Low dollar amount for somebody that managing that kind of wealth and craziness. Very low. I bet her publicist charges $30 a month, for Christ's sakes. So, like, that's half of that for your money, shit that you actually need. Let alone a publicist.
Any court that looks at this has no problem with him. It's people with signs.
It's these people.
It's people with signs and markers and pink poster board.
Yeah.
That know how horrible he is, right? So.
Remember the documentary?
Which one?
The fucking doc on FX that you and I watched, where it was just like,
yeah.
all of it happened during the Free Britney bullshit.
They did a couple good
Yeah,
ones. Britney versus Spears, great title, good doc.
And everybody was like, oh, yeah, we should give her the money, but we should let her be free. Well, she's free now, and she's got a lot of knives.
So anyways,
got a lot of ginsu.
Follow up on your movement, people. I think that's the answer to all these.
Well,
follow up on your movement.
They followed up on their movement last night at Columbia University. Holy shit, dude. These fucking kids, Bob, pull this up, smashing in the windows and then locked themselves inside the college last night. Mm-hmm. They had an insurrection at Columbia University last night. As parents, that's the highest tuition in the country. If we paid that type of money and this fucking bullshit was going on here.
If my kid got kicked out of school for this shit, I would be like, you're cut off.
You're done.
You're going to community college.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's over.
And if you want to get
JUCO.
back,
Like he would come back and be like, you don't understand. I'd be like, oh, well, that's true. You did end the war in Gaza. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
A month to find an apartment.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the fucking madness that's going on here.
No. Some of these kids are definitely not at Columbia.
No shit.
I think they did say that too. Is like a large percentage of them are not students.
No shit.
Which is
most of these protests across the country dating back to BLM and all that other shit. Yeah, dude.
Well, here's the thing with BLM, at least, though, is like, all right, that's like a whole city, whatever. That's most of those people are from the city, whatever. But with colleges in particular, right? Most of these people at these protests do not go to that college or do not work at that college.
Right.
And so get the fuck off that campus. I have a little more sympathy for a public university because that is public land and everything like that. So sure, but like Columbia, or there was a big thing at Washington University in St. Louis the other day. It's even for the public universities though, like it's not safe to just let a huge group of people who have no affiliation to the school do whatever the fuck they want on the grounds.
Like, who's this 35-year-old man throwing bricks?
Yeah.
Fuck off. If you're a student or faculty, I'm honestly like, I think you have a lot of latitude to be able to do what you want, even if I completely fucking disagree with you.
Sure.
But like, there is a liability issue at some point when fucking strangers are just wandering onto the campus to scream at students.
My point about BLM, though, was that ended up getting hijacked as well, where as the summer went on and people were burning shit down, there was more and more videos coming out of, remember the pallet of bricks that was just dropped off in the middle of the street? Like, black people didn't do that. Nobody dropped off a pallet of bricks in the middle. There was videos, too, that we ended up showing on Drinkin' Bros of, there was this one black woman who just stopped and looked at these white, like, Antifa-looking guys, and they were like, why are you destroying shit at this point, right? I think a lot of this is infused by all of these protests across the board. BLM to Columbia to everything else is infused with these fake paid protesters that are there to destroy shit. And looking at this video last night, I don't know who was who and what was what in this, but yes, that 35-year-old certainly isn't a fucking student at Columbia University. And why they don't shut this shit down, I don't get. Texas did it. They shut it down. Ohio State did it. They shut that shit the fuck down.
A&M is not, though, because they've been pretty peaceful. And also one of their main NIL contributors is the Kingdom.
Okay.
So,
Oil, baby.
Yeah.
UT, they're still at UT.
Yeah. They've called in the
reinforcements.
National Guard.
They've sent the police in a couple times, but the protesters are still there at UT.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
well, let me ask you this. Are they at the Capitol, and are they real students?
No, they're at
UT.
They're at UT? Okay.
Yeah, but I think if they're students and they're being peaceful and listening, it's fine.
I don't
the
even
police
care
are just.
I don't even care if they're yelling fucked up shit as long as they're not straight up pointing at like a Jew.
Exactly. And if the police are like, you need to get out of this area, you do, right?
You can't camp. That's a totally valid too. Be like, all right, but you got to go home.
You got to go home at the end.
Yeah, go. You can't.
We banned homeless from camping. You can't camp.
Then why is the punishment suspension or expulsion if they're not students?
Well, no.
The big punishment is you're going to get expelled, which they've expelled a bunch.
So they have, but you have to be a student. So what they'll do is they'll arrest you. They'll take your ID. They'll run it. And if you went to that school and you're a student, they'll expel you or suspend you, depending upon what you did, what your crime was. And then the rest of it, which I wish they would really release.
4 suspensions.
Yeah, because it's not actual kids that go to these fucking schools. And that's the issue. Release those names and be like, all right, who the fuck are these people and why? And who's paying for you to be here? Because nobody has this kind of time on their hands in the middle of the day to do this shit. Same with the Britney shit.
And it's just impossible to look hard in a COVID mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does this continue throughout the summer at all the universities and everything else? This also feeding the narrative of, for the last few years, it's really gained steam of like, why do you go to college and all that other shit? If you're looking at this as a parent, at Columbia, it used to be one of the best universities in the world. If you look as a parent and be like, all right, cool, you want to charge me $60,000 a year for this fucking bullshit? No. No. There's a list of schools now that people are checking off that they don't want to go to anymore. This has got to be at the top of it.
I just don't feel like my kids would be safe there, no matter what race, whatever.
Right. Well, if you're looking at this, yeah. Arizona State's starting to look better and better every day, isn't it?
I mean, I will say this, like, it's always like an annoying note to make, but like, there's probably 500, 1,000 students protesting. 500, maybe.
Oh yeah. Well,
maybe 500.
The Columbia one is the only one with thousands, I think. Like, take Ohio State. I think it was 400 that were there. But even I don't know what Austin was, but Austin, it didn't look like there was more than 300 or 400 there for UT.
But that's total protesters.
Correct.
So I'm saying out of students protesting, you're
How
probably
many
looking at like 400 to 500.
Exactly.
And that's out of 8,000 kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's still like most of these, I feel bad. It's always like most of these people are just fucking normal people.
Yeah. When they actually interview people, it's like they interviewed like an Israeli kid, like a Jewish kid, and like, Palestinian. They were like, we're going home. Like, this is not safe. So they're like, we're just going to go home while this is happening. If they actually interview the people, but anyway.
And then the other video we showed the other day about those two chicks from NYU going down to the Columbia protests, and they were like, why are you here? And they were like, we felt like the university needed our support from the other thing, and it was like, cool. Do you know what's going on here? No, we're not really educated enough to speak on it.
They have cuter protesters here, so we came down here. This protest was popping.
Or you could just be honest, like NYU is an amazing school. Went there. It's not Columbia. I'm sorry. I couldn't get into fucking Columbia.
Right. If they're popping off at Columbia, we're fucking going. Right?
That's the school you wish you could have gone to. Because, it's just a better school. So I understand why you want to hop on down there and check it out. I mean, shit. Even I wanted to film at Harvard just to see what it looked like,
Right.
I was able to do that one day, and it was like, oh, shit, that's the other side. Yeah, I was too dumb to get in here. Definitely too fucking dumb for this bullshit.
Yeah.
But how this ends up and all that other shit, here's what happens. You're great. You want to give somebody a cardboard sign and they think they have power? Sure don't. Now, damaging a fucking school and then locking yourself inside of it? Holy shit, man. Like, protests have gone on forever.
Those kids need a spanking.
Something.
They never got spanked.
Something. If I'm the president of the university, I take that arrest list of everybody that was in there, and I isolate it, and I say, look, here are the actual students from our school that were involved in this. Here's everybody else.
Oh, that's what they did at Washington University in St. Louis. They were like,
did they really?
They sent a letter out. They sent a letter out. They didn't give the names, but they were like, 80 people were arrested. 23 or 24 were associated with the university, either as students and faculty. The rest were just fucking randos who showed up to fuck shit up.
Yeah. So
get the fuck off the
Know.
campus.
Get out. Just get out.
Especially a private campus. You don't belong there.
No. Even like Harvard's a private campus, for example. Like, we had to get a fucking permit and permission to even go there to shoot. Like, you can't even shoot a video there, let alone fucking Are you kidding me? Shit. If I show you, get your ass beat by Boston PD. I guarantee it. So yeah, we'll see how all of this shakes out and if this continues on through the summer. But right now, this is just sweeping through the entire nation right now.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Just locking yourself inside the school.
Yeah.
Man.
For Palestine or?
Yeah, it's to free it.
Okay.
It's not for the other side.
Oh. Okay.
It's to free Palestine. So, I think they're going to see the signs.
Yeah.
I think Israel and the troops and everything, they're going to see the signs and be like, oh, shit. Columbia University, they care this much? Yeah, we should fucking shut this war down. Let's just shut it down because these white kids in New York want to. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll shut this thing down. Sorry about that terrorist attack and everything else. No bigs. No bigs on that one.
Right.
We'll shut ours down. No problem there.
Sure.
But yeah, super fucking strange, man. We'll keep an eye on it as it goes
free
on.
Britney, the colleges. It's same, right?
So it's
same.
Starts with a sign.
Starts with a sign and it ends with
madness. In both instances end in fucking pure chaos.
What's her name now on Instagram? Shit.
Who?
Brittany.
I think she deleted her account. Did she put it back up?
Exila Maria River Red.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it keeps getting longer.
Come on.
It was just River Red, and then she keeps changing it, so it's Zila Maria. River Red.
Be really funny if the Free Britney protest got hijacked by like Marxists.
Yeah, like where? Yeah.
It'd be really fucking great.
That'd be a good one.
How many followers does she have? 43 million?
Yeah.
She could at least monetize that. Christ.
This is a job right here.
Yes.
42 million? 43 million? That's
ads.
That is the only thing you need to do.
Hold up a Stanley water bottle or whatever the fuck those things are.
For a story, too. 24 hours, it's up. You make 20 grand off that.
More. Kardashian was getting booked out for 100K a post. So,
I think she's maybe OnlyFans world just because I don't
that
know.
Would be,
that's what we've been. That's what people have been saying for years. Like, just do these weird little dances, make fucking money. Engage
she has such a
with
weird
people.
Body now too.
Her body like changes so much. Like 1 second it'll be like, whoa, damn, and then it'll look completely different the next time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she just binges and purges.
She actually has the exact body you would think, which is hot, local at the Ozarks.
Yeah, like I'm always moving. I'm not really eating. Like, you know what I mean?
That's a type. That's a type for sure.
This is an Ozark 8 right here.
This is an ex-hamster video, is what this is.
An Ozark 8. You would know, Bob. Listen, I don't know. I've never been. You guys won't let me go.
Yeah. Meanwhile, her ex, Justin Timberlake, living his fucking best life. His tour opened up last night. Everybody's talking about the Gravity stage. I don't know how they did it. You can pull it up. It's fucking cool.
Gravity stage?
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, it's fucking... Look, it's cool. And if I was sitting in the... Imagine being there opening night, because now everybody knows what it is now, because opening night, it's kind of like Taylor Swift. Those concert tickets for Taylor Swift opening night, and was in Arizona. I'll never forget it. And they were like $350 for like club seats.
Right.
And you were like, oh shit, cool. Who gives a fuck, right? Normal concert. And then she plays for 4 hours. Look at this goddamn thing last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a floating stage, and then he performs on the edge as it flies over everyone's heads and bodies if the chords drop.
I am so excited for this future concert accident.
Seriously.
Can you? I mean,
my goodness.
Is it a block of ice? It looks dope as fuck. But yes, Bob, I'm with you. If one of those chords cuts, it would kill 4,000 people.
Okay.
Is it on fire? Is it ice? He's singing off the edge of it, which is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Look at him living his best life, and then homegirl's just dancing on meth in her Instagram videos. Look at him.
And what are we?
Look at the funness. Look at that. And then it kind of evens out. Oh, he's strapped in back there. Okay.
Yeah, what'd you think, dude?
I didn't know. People are speculating whether it's mirrors or how he's doing it, but...
no, he's just strapped.
Look at this.
He's about to, like, fly, like, off the stage and around the thing, you know.
Selling out...
He needs a lot of distractions from his voice and dancing.
Just don't
Selling out worldwide
Mm-hmm.
tours, and she's going broke with knives in Mexico at some resort.
I mean,
look at that thing,
they've
Bob.
been completely separate entities for a very long time.
Look at this thing, Bob. Look at how dangerous this looks.
It just doesn't impress me.
Boy,
I just don't care about it. I'd rather just like I don't
Whoa,
want to
what's gonna Bob? You're impressed
come on,
now.
Bob.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
He's getting crushed like a Murphy bed. Look at that. He's getting crushed like a Murphy bed.
What song does
Let's
Justin
go.
Timberlake have that warrants that kind of pageantry?
Holy shit. Oh, wait. Does it go back into the wall? Like a full Murphy bed?
Wow.
I'm all in.
It's going to turn off. That light's going to turn off.
Is it going to turn off?
Just a distraction from.
Oh man.
Yeah, his voice and dancing.
Mid-ass concert. So I went to a Kanye West show in Chicago right after Graduation dropped. So it was the tour for his best album.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was fine. Like the concert was like just fine because it was all in this like production, and it was like, but he's not that good at rapping live, and it's just musically it was such a mediocre fucking
Know your
experience.
strengths. Yeah, we've seen him live.
And it was the same thing. It was a lot of like I was visually more intrigued than
he rose
than
out of the
songs and
ground
stuff.
in the air, maybe 60, 70 feet right next to Jessie, and he was lit up like Jesus with his arms wide open. I got a photo of it from Coachella, and even you and I were like, "Oh shit."
Was that Coachella?
Yeah, it sure was. And you and I were like, "Holy shit!"
Like Hollywood Bowl. No.
You come out with Christ. We've seen him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But he came out like Jesus Christ, and I think this is what you do. Like Adele, take Adele for example. Adele just needs a microphone and a stage, no production whatsoever. It doesn't matter. You could sing her. You could watch her sing in a fucking telephone booth. And we'd be all in, and it would be the greatest show you've ever seen. This is what you should be doing if you're not confident in all the other shit and make everybody excited and want to pay the money for this. If my kid wanted to go to this and I'm watching the fucking floating stage that pops back into the goddamn wall, yeah, I'm in, dude. I'll go and see that fucking thing. Let's go. I'll pay the money with my kids and go and see it. So good for him. And he's not dancing with fucking knives on Instagram, slicing arms up and shit. You know?
I mean, some would say.
This looks like a better life.
Same. Yeah. Oh, better life, I guess. Yeah. You're married to, Jessica Biel. Finding plates of sausage in your shower.
Is that? Did you confirm that? Is that real?
Yeah.
She leaves food. She eats food in the shower.
She eats in the shower.
Okay. All right.
Eats in the shower.
I just wanted a confirmation on that.
Yeah. No, he's doing good.
Can I do a nature neck with you guys?
You have one?
I do have one.
I think it's one of the ones we were thinking, but go ahead.
Play it, we'll see. Good. I did it.
You did.
Yeah.
You did do
Acknowledge it. Acknowledge my greatness, please.
You did it. Again.
Oops. I did it again. Nailed it.
Okay, what do you have, Ross, for Nature Nook, the Ross Patterson Nature Nook takeover?
It's a good one. I don't know if you guys have it or not. Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
Don't go
Bob,
against
because
the
I can't see
Nookers.
Bob behind the screen, so I don't know what looks are going on right now.
I don't know what you have.
The Safari.
There we go.
It's
a good one.
The two lions.
It's heartwarming.
Okay.
It's heartwarming.
Okay, we're all on the same page.
Yeah. We have other ones though too.
Oh, you do, but
Yeah.
this one is
I know.
special
Isn't
On brand.
Very
for
on
the
brand.
show for sure. Like when I saw this, I was almost
know.
like, did somebody AI this story specifically for our show?
Yeah,
because this
yeah.
is too perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can show it.
It should be fine to show.
You sure?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
graphic.
it's on somebody's. Oh, what do you
Just
mean?
nature.
It is nature, but you know.
Dude, no. You
Okay.
can show this.
Yeah.
All right, just checking. Just want to check.
Can
After
you
the
imagine
longest
if you?
commercial?
Yeah.
We've been dinged for a lot of shit on this show. I just want to make sure.
If the AI finds this, we say good for them.
Who's got it? Did
here we go.
TMZ show
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Two lions fucking on top of like what appears to be
It's
not roof. You know what I mean? Like it's an open.
It looks
roof.
like a cage. Well, there's like a cage on top of it, but it's fully open. If anything's coming down from there, any splish, it's coming down through those.
Oh my gosh.
The safari, what is it? Jeep or whatever is.
I mean, you are right.
Rocking back and forth.
That is the worst place to be.
Yes, and that woman is videoing it, like right.
Yeah, she's
the full penetration.
Out.
Yeah, no, look at her. She's got her phone up. She's videoing the whole thing.
No, I mean somebody's getting this video.
Yeah.
From outside the thing.
Yes.
So it's like.
Look at that.
Laughing.
That lioness is just
Dunzo, dude.
Wow.
Laughing, yucking it up, you know.
God, I mean, what? So many questions here. What seeped down through the cage?
Yep.
What's that like? What's that smell like?
Sure.
Being that close to two lions fucking on top of you, where you can breathe it in and see it. Because it's not like there's plexiglass above them. It's just like a little fence grate type of sitch there, so the lions don't attack them. The other part is everybody in this goddamn thing seemed like they were laughing and enjoying it.
yeah. I would be. I'd be dying laughing.
I'd be horrified. Like, just drive off.
Especially if I wasn't in the drip zone.
Yeah. If I'm the person outside the Jeep filming, I'm laughing my ass off.
Yes.
Because these two animals, we say nature nook, never be, they're totally unpredictable. That lion is the most predictable the most predictable thing in the world right now.
Yeah.
After he just had sex, right?
Sure.
Which is just like, hey man, we're cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's fucking chill. Yeah. He's not killing anybody after that.
No.
She's going to sleep.
Yep. I mean,
happiest animals ever. So there's no, you don't have to be worried about getting attacked or, Yes,
but do you, if I'm underneath that, I slide a hundo to the driver. I'm like, just get the fuck out of it. I can't do this.
They're coming with you. What are you
they're
talking
coming
about?
with you, and if you interrupt that, that's when your head gets taken off.
I do a hard gas and then a brake, and then I let them fly off.
Also, I think they're good about, keeping things inside of each other.
Yeah.
So you start driving that car, that's when slippage starts. That's when spillage starts. The car starts moving. You're on a bumpy road. Things start.
Yeah, I don't think
the ectoplasm starts going everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think there was any splish splash.
Yeah, I
think
think I think you buried it.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
They keep it pretty airtight.
No, here's a hundo. Just drive as fast as you can.
It's movement, it's a couple of chuckles, a couple of high fives and chuckles with your other pals, and you guys move on.
Imagine if you had your kids with you on this safari too. Like, how do you even explain that? And then that's their first
pretty easy
look at sex. Mm-hmm. Like, that's their first
Isn't it usually?
experience at it is two tigers fucking on top of a cage above you.
Isn't it usually that way?
No.
You see animals and you're like, oh, what's that?
Well, maybe. Yeah, I think I saw two dogs as a kid, and the dog got stuck.
Yeah.
They had to call the vets out to break that up there. But, yeah, man.
Yeah. There you go, Ross.
That's about the view you'd have.
Yeah, from underneath.
Yep, for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On a fun little safari, and that's the view you have.
Well, my kids are never going on a safari with me. They could do it as adults, I guess.
You're going to get the thing from the school that says, hey, we're going to the zoo. We're going to the Austin Zoo.
That's fine.
Okay. Just not in a caged up safari? Okay.
No, not on a safari.
If there's one zoo I feel like a killer animal's going to escape from and start mauling people, it might be the Austin Zoo.
True, very Tiger King, huh?
I've never been. What's that like?
It's grim.
It's just small.
It's grim.
Small operation.
The one in Wilmington is grim.
It's a rescue zoo. Like, all the lions and tigers are from coke dealers.
Yeah.
They're like
It's a
cartel
Tiger King.
tigers. Yeah.
So they could kill it any second.
Yeah.
Oof. All of these zoos, though, after Tiger King, I couldn't enjoy any of it.
Well, the exotic zoos, yeah, but the bigger ones.
Okay.
If it's good enough for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Did they go to a fucking zoo?
Yeah.
God.
I forget where they were.
Australia, maybe? Was
maybe,
that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to see weird shit there.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't have that type of shit here. Yeah. Pet a fucking
koala or whatever.
Yeah. One of those things with the
punch
horns
a kangaroo
that wrap around for like a mile, and you're like, oh, what's that? It's an exenu. Oh, sweet. I've never heard of that. Yeah. Oh, it only exists down in the brush, mate. And you're like, okay, cool.
The kangaroo boxing ring. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's fun there for sure. They do it right. We just have weird shit because, like, especially Texas, nothing should be living here, including us.
I know.
And so any animal that nothing's indigenous, right?
Just the heat alone.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're probably used to Africa or wherever,
True.
right? So who knows? I don't know how science works. Never pretended to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's hot as fuck for humans, and all I could think of is, oh man, imagine standing out in the middle of that in July.
Right.
Texas. That'd be fucking awful. Yeesh. Did you guys have a different one?
Yeah, so that was a heartwarming tale, and we love to see it. We love. And then we'll just kind of bring you down.
Okay. Oh, no.
Not all the way down. Well, he does get brought down, doesn't he?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I
this
tried
is-
to go fun and flirty, and now you
No,
guys are
this
going
one's-
dark. It's fine. I don't care.
This one's fun and flirty, too. We like to show sometimes. We've showed before, there was this, like, meth head on the side of the road that was literally like it was mind controlling. Was it an alligator?
Yeah, he was trying to sort of like Crocodile Dundee the gator. And
It
be
was
like,
working a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
he was like
For sure.
all, so this person as well
Okay.
says that he has supernatural powers that what?
Protects him from
Yeah,
crocodiles.
so
Okay, so
he's
I must remind you,
protected.
we are on YouTube.
What does that mean?
Are we going to see? A
is
man
he going
die?
to die?
I mean, why don't you just
No.
show them? It doesn't need to be on the screen.
We'll just
No,
throw it
but
on the
I
screen,
don't
who
know.
cares?
Okay.
Throw it up.
Meth head, it worked.
Let's see it. Yeah. Let's
Well,
see
anyway, this is, I guess, the ultimate question of do you believe in magic?
Yeah. Can you have a force field around you
Okay, so before we play this video,
that protects you?
can I just say that I actually want to see this guy die? Like this one, this guy deserves to die. I want to
That's
see
rude.
it. I want to see it.
That's rude.
Okay,
That's
I
really rude.
I want to get that out there. I
you're-
want to see him die. So I hope he does. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be disappointed.
So you don't believe that someone can have supernatural powers? I'm just wondering what exactly.
Anti-crocodile
That
magic?
protect them from crocodiles?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, the
And
answer's no.
they can, as you can see, put the force field around them,
Yeah.
which he's
No.
doing. Here, okay, go ahead.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
It's weird that you don't believe this, but okay.
So he's actually calling the crocodile to him.
So that
Looked like
he can
turn the
show,
music off. There you go.
so that he can show how these supernatural powers.
But-
work. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oh, is he
It
going
looks
underneath?
like a crocodile just dragged him under. Okay. Oh no! All right, it didn't work. I guess.
Man, show that again here. So he taps the water, drawn in the crocodile.
And then he's like, I'm going to swim
and
over.
then he's going
Here
to
we
swim
go. Look at this, guys.
to it.
He says, "Look at this. I will show you."
Smart, because you
how
got
my
to...
super good guy.
And then you got to let
and then
everybody
he just
know.
They're just
Gets
playing.
twisted around.
They just playing.
Yeah, what's the end
and
result, you think?
completely.
He pops up and
Yeah.
Did he live or,
Ta-da!
did
Yeah,
he
yeah.
live or die?
Well, if you believe in supernatural powers, he lived. If you don't, he got drug under, twisted around,
an
and
open
was
ending.
unable to grasp, come back up for air, died under the water, and was eaten by the crocodile.
Okay.
Depending on what you believe, though, Ross. Because we don't get to see the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Taco Destroyer. He sent me that in.
Yeah, thanks, Taco. Taco Destroyer.
Is that his name on Twitter? Taco Destroyer. What's his @ so people can find him?
At @below_AVG_.
Okay, great. That's awesome, by the way. And I was rooting for the crocodile. I want to know if do we have the verdict? Did he actually die? I hope he
He's
did.
dead as fuck. Yes.
He was
Great.
super dead.
Thank you.
That's why they cut it off right there.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Because he deserved it, and I wanted him to die today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And again, that's both quintessence nature nooks.
Tap in the water like this. Just
Yeah. So he was. I have a little more background info on it. He was a shaman, and he said his supernatural powers would protect him in the crocodile-infested lake. However, police did later recover his body intact.
so he's fine.
Well,
Intact, but non-functional.
Right. Intact.
Non-breathing?
But not
yes,
living.
dead.
Yeah.
okay.
but,
So he's dead.
open casket.
Intact, but no no pulse
Depends
or
on
brain
if they
activity.
what the head looks like. If the head wasn't touched, yeah, you could have an open casket. Just kind of suit him up, put some white gloves on him or something.
crocodile boots.
Yeah.
So
that's why the mafia used to blow people's faces off so you couldn't have an open casket.
He was actually there in the water searching for a dead body, and they couldn't find it because the waters were so crocodile infested. They believed a teen had been killed by a crocodile, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's fine. I am magic. I can, keep the crocodiles off me. I'll go find the body using my magic."
Is that true?
Yes.
I just like that he lived that life. He put his reputation
on the line.
And it didn't work out, but you know what?
Yeah,
he
and
believed
then
in himself.
Same with the guy from the Bear documentary, by the way. Like, he did it, and he lived the life he said he was, so I'm okay with it.
By the way, police recovered the shaman's body as well as the body of the teen later that night.
So he
did help the teen. He did help find the kid.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Happy ending.
He was the 5th shaman to try and find the dead teen. But
happy ending. Yeah, but he was the first to jump in.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say you can help. It's another thing to actually jump in.
Actually not help. Yeah.
Well, he did, because they had to recover that guy's body, and they're like, oh, shit. Oh, there's the teen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he did.
No, he did, actually.
Yeah. What's the breaking news? What do you got?
Oh, no, I was just saying someone else went in to recover the shaman, and then it just kept going on and on forever.
Somebody else died too?
No, I was
holy
joking.
shit.
Yeah,
because I don't agree with somebody else having to dive in to find that fucking guy.
To find the shaman.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
They just keep trying to find
38 people have now died trying to find the shaman. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
But at least they found the teen, and the guy did it, and he did have supernatural powers. So yeah. Happy ending. Happy ending. My God, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Both of these were excellent.
Both of them were great.
Both were excellent back-to-back Nature Nooks today. By the way, go to Patreon right now if you're not subscribed to Drinkin' Bros podcast on Patreon. Joel just edited the video and put it up of our experience at the Olive Garden Extravaganza. With
the Bro Box winner,
Kyle. And that video is now live over there, so you can see what happened.
And the Vulcan episode goes out in 10 minutes.
Sure does, on Patreon with Drea DiMatteo from The Sopranos. So that'll be live. Super amped about that. That was a fun show on Saturday nights. Who was it? People were asking, you cut the video together. It was what color was the stripper's hair? Purple? It was a genuine question about it. Of like, which one was the stripper? I was like, I don't know. The only one with purple hair sitting at the table.
You never
that
know, though. There's a lot of gals at the table. They didn't want to discriminate on who was the stripper.
Well, one's Danny. One Danny's friend. You were there, and then and then
Kyle's
his wife. Kyle's wife. Yeah, you're right.
The stripper,
I mean.
So
that means they're saying Kyle's wife is a stripper. No.
Or Danny or her cousin or...
Danny doesn't really give a stripper vibe.
No.
Maybe the cousin does, but it's definitely the chick with the purple hair and the huge...
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one that looked like a stripper.
The one whose breasts were barely able to contain that. Was it corset or what's... What you call that in the lady world?
Unclear. Teddy, lingerie. Yeah, corset.
Who knows?
I don't know, dude.
Who knows? It was really fucking funny to us. Now, the people that were sitting next to us did not enjoy their experience.
No.
2 tables did get up and physically leave the restaurant.
You were warned multiple times, Olive Garden. We asked
said separate
over and over and over for a separate area, room, everything. You said no.
Well, here's what they said in response. They said, look, we are fucking packed. On the weekends, we're packed every night. And that's true.
They were.
I mean, holy fucking shit. That's what I can't figure about Red Lobster going bankrupt. You drive by a Red Lobster. It is always fucking packed. Every Olive Garden I drive by, the parking lot is always fucking packed. I don't get it. Maybe seafood because it's a higher price item. Pasta's cheap.
Right.
So maybe seafood, and that might be their bottom line issue there. But they were. I will say this. Whoever the GM was at Olive Garden that night, he was not lying when he said, look, man, we are fucking jam-packed. And it was a half-hour wait just for us. We got there at like 5 o'clock when that bitch was open. So like the rest of the night continued to be packed. And they were trying to jam in tables. We actually even tried to buy somebody's dinner.
Yeah, because I was like...
Sorry. Yeah. Because things got out of control.
Right. Anyone that came after, fine. But when we sat down and there was a family eating there. I was like, we literally have to buy their dinner.
Yeah, especially when Jared did a toast, got up and just kept banging his glass with
all of it.
The spoon.
Me, I'm not even saying it was anyone. It was like we were all saying shit.
Yeah.
It's just,
Me yelling out, "What club do you dance at?" I think across, because she was singing at the end of the table.
She kept being like, "I'm not a stripper," and you're like, "I'm hearing stripper."
I'm hearing stripper. She goes, "No, I'm a waitress at the strip club." And I was like, but it still seems like you've probably gotten up and stripped at some points.
Sure.
But that's up now on Patreon. It's exclusive there, and then we'll pop up a trailer on social media later on. But excellent work, Joel. Proud of you. You stayed up over the weekend and did it. Thank you. It is live on Patreon. That's why you subscribe over there. You get the weirdest shit in the land. And then it was awesome.
What's the next winner?
So the next one is Dana just walked in, actually. Are we doing it for Brobox, Dan? Holloway, are we doing the giveaway for Brobox for Juneteenth? Yeah. Okay. So that'll be Brobox giveaway as well. We'll fly somebody out. Now for Juneteenth, we are going to Red Lobster. Mm-hmm. Because, well, is there I go Red Lobster or Cheesecake Factory is...
Ooh.
Black people ones and twos there. As far as a dining experience, somebody said Golden Corral. I don't associate. I think Golden Corral's more white fat than black. I think. Red Lobster and Cheesecake Factory. So we did pass a Red Lobster. It was actually right across the street from Olive Garden in Austin. So we're going there Juneteenth. Buy the Bro Box. It's on drinkinbros.com. Just subscribe. Dan will choose somebody at random, and then we'll fly you out to have dinner there. Lobsters, whatever your heart can dream of. I had the tour of Italy again. I haven't had that in years. It was fucking awesome.
What about like an Applebee's?
The food was great
or something?
At Olive Garden, by the way.
Okay.
It was great. I really fucking enjoyed the dinner.
It was really good.
I'm being sincere when I say that. I love Olive Garden.
Yes.
So even working there, I still love the goddamn place. I worked at a Papa John's, and I hate that place.
Right.
I saw too much. I didn't want to see what I saw. I didn't want to know what I know. Mm-hmm. But even working at Olive Garden, hey, it was fucking rad. Like, food was great. Big fan. So Red Lobster is next. I don't think I've eaten there in 3 years. I remember doing a rap video with Matt maybe 3 years ago. It's been a while. But the Cheddar Bay biscuits we've actually had a couple weeks ago. Remember we bought them at, was it Costco or...
Yeah. Different. Different.
They were good.
I know, but it's different.
Everybody loved them. Even the people that were at the house with the kids, all the kids loved them. The parents loved them, and they never had them before. And they were like, oh, my God, why don't we go to Red Lobster in real life? And I'm like, hey, dude, you're having it now, all right? Enjoy, because they're going bankrupt. Just filed for Chapter 11, for Christ's sakes. So we'll be there. They're not shut down yet. So go to drinkinbros.com. Subscribe to the Bro Box, and we'll pick somebody at random, fly you out, and have a nice meal. And then we'll pop up the video on Patreon later, okay? Appreciate you tuning in, kids. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.